Concrete barriers are being installed along Packerland Drive just south of Mason Street intersection starting next week. It's an issue we've been following, authorities calling that intersection the most dangerous in Brown County. Emily Riley joins us with details of the long-term plan and why there's some disagreement over the safety measures being put in place. Emily.
Brittany, since the start of January, there have already been 2 crashes resulting in injuries at that intersection. Driveways at Hardee's and the Shell gas station become right turn in and right turn out only for drivers. The temporary barriers will stay up until permanent construction takes place this summer. The highway commissioner says this is a solution for now to improve safety. Last year, he proposed adding a roundabout in the area. However, it would be built on tribal land. The Highway Commissioner's office hopes Oneida Nation will get approval from the Bureau of Indian Affairs for construction to begin. The roundabout would become a separate project and wouldn't begin until the next year or 2025 if they receive approval. Some nearby store owners say they're frustrated with the concrete barriers, claiming it will hurt the business.
Those are mom and pop restaurants that are going to be affected dearly, and it's going to hurt a bunch. You change traffic, you change habits, you now hurt businesses that pay tax-paying dollars.
This northbound left turn lane is for Mason Street, and it's also for this frontage road. Well, that's chaos.
The highway commissioner says once the concrete barriers are put up next week, drivers shouldn't rush through the intersection because it might take some time to adjust to the change. Brittany?